So this is a part of the review for your common assessment. I know that we didn't go over all of the square roots, so I'm going to start working with the ones that are blank. All right, no multiple choice. So let's say number 13 from the homework. Okay, so when you have a square root, the first thing you need to do is to get the square root by itself. Get the square root by itself. So we need to take away this 6 from both sides. So it will be square root 2x minus 12 equals x minus 6. Okay, we got the square root by itself now. The next thing is to square both sides. So second step is to square both sides. So we're going to square both sides like this. Square like this. And then the left side, the square is going to make the square root go away. The square is the opposite of square root. Only the 2x minus 12 will be left. The right side, you have to do like this. X minus 6 times x minus 6, which you can do like this if you want. But I'll tell you the answer straight away is s squared minus 12x plus 36. And now you can actually, this is a quadratic equation, so you need to set one side to 0. The square sign is already on the right side, so you try to get the left side to be 0. Subtract 2x, and then add 12. Add 12. That will make this all go away to 0, and then that will leave you with s squared minus 14x plus 48. Now this is a quadratic equation you can solve by factoring x minus 8 and x minus 6. All right, let's continue to the right side over here. So that equals 0. That means that x must be 8 or x must be 6. Now, for square root, you must always check for validity. Check if this is valid or not. So we're going to check if it's valid. Yes.
I was going to ask, so I need to take my midterms today, but the teacher's not able to stay, and I know you're having tutors, so I was going to ask if it's fine if I just stay in your room.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, so now get back to recording. Here we go. So we're going to test if this is valid or not valid. All right, let's test it. We're going to go back and test. So we're going to check. Square root. Let's test for the 8 first. 2 times 8 minus 12. I'll just plug in x for 8, okay? Plus 6 equals 8. You see how x is 8, right? And then I can do 2 times 8 is 16. 16 minus 12 is 4. Square root of 4 plus 6 is that 8? I'm not sure. And then I do square root of 4 is 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. That is for sure. That is correct. So we are going to say that this is valid. So x equals 8 is valid. Okay, we do the same thing for 6. Let's do the same thing for 6. So square root 2 times 6 minus 12 plus 6 equals 6. Square root 12 minus 12 plus 6 equals 6. Square root 12 minus 12 is square root 0. All right, and then square root 0 is 0, so 6 equals 6. That is correct. So x equals 6 is valid. All right, so now we are going to say our final answer is going to be 6 and 8. Okay, that's how you solve square root equation. I'll do one more, just one more. And then you can do the rest on your own. I'll tell you the answer to the other ones. If you do number 14, the answer should be 10 and 6, if you do it correctly.
Yeah, it was
I can't check right now. I'm kind of recording. I check later. Okay, x is going to be, if you do it correctly, x is going to be 10 or 6. So 10 or 6. You try it for yourself, okay? Number 15. Yeah, I'll do number 15 for you. So just in case you want to have more example. All right, take minus, subtract 3 from both sides. So that will be square root 5 minus 2b, that's b, equals b minus 3. And then I square both sides. Square both sides. 5 minus 2b equals b squared minus 6b plus 9. Then minus 5 plus 2b plus 2b. And then let's go on to the other side, continue here. So that will be 0 equals, this one is going to go to 0. 0 equals, then you have b squared minus 4b plus 4. If you factor this, it's going to be xb minus 2 and b minus 2 equals 0. So it's only one b, so b equals 2, all right? Now let's check if it's valid or not. Check. We have to always check, always. So we do square root 5 minus 2 times 2 plus 3 equals 2. Remember to plug b to wherever it appears. So it will be 5 minus 4, that's 1. Square root 1 plus 3 equals 2. I'm sorry, I come back. I'm almost done. So it will be square root of 1 is 1. 1 plus 3 equals 2. 4 equals 2. That is not correct. That is not correct. This is not true. So b equals 2 is not valid. That means that there is no solution to this problem, okay? There is no solution is the answer. All right, I'll get you started with number 6. You're going to finish it by yourself. All right, so this one is already done halfway. We just need to square both sides. Let's use another color for that. So we look like this. You're going to just square here and square here. 10 minus 6x equals x squared minus 6x plus 9. It just asks you to show that this is not valid, okay? It's show that it's not valid. So minus 10 plus 6x plus 6x, and then this is going to be 0 equals x squared minus 1. Okay, this is going to cancel. Okay, so then you're going to factor this. X minus 1 times x plus 1 equals 0. So x equals 1 or x equals negative 1. Now we're going to check it. When you check it, it's going to look like this. X square root of 10 minus 6 times 1 equals 1 minus 3. Remember to plug in x to all these places. This is one place, this another place. You must plug into both places, not one place, to both places. So, and that is this place right here and this place right here, okay? All right, we're going to do it. So 10 minus 6 is 4. Square root of 4 equals 1 minus 2. Square root of 4 is 2. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. That is not true. That's false. Not true. So x equals 1 is not valid. All right. We'll test the other one. Square root. So square root 10 minus 6 times negative 1 equals negative 1 minus 3. Now, this is going to be square root of 16 equals negative 1 minus 3. And that will be 4 equals negative 4. That's also false. So both solutions are not true. Both solutions are not valid. So we can prove, therefore, the equation has no solution. Therefore, the equation has no solution because both of them are false. Okay, so basically that's what you do when you solve square root. I will tell you the answer to the last one. The answer will be, let's see. I don't think I have the answer ready to go. Let's just solve it. I thought I had it. Use another color. So square root, square both sides. So it will be square root 20. Oh no, not square root anymore. Just 20. That will just be 20x plus 13 equals 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. And then subtract 20x from both sides. Add, subtract 13 also. So you will get 0 equals 4x squared minus 8x minus 4. All right. So if you do the correct thing, it's going to be 2x minus 2 and 2x minus 2. All right. That is correct though, right? I think it is. I didn't work it before. Now I'm checking it. Yep. No, that is not correct. Sorry. Let's do u sub. Let's do u sub here. So it will be 2x squared minus 4 times 2x minus 4. So it will be u squared minus 4u minus 4. So that's going to be some, we cannot factor it. We have to use quadratic formula to do this. We cannot factor this because it's not plus 4. I thought it was going to be plus 4, but it's not. That's a minus there. We cannot factor this. So let's use quadratic formula. So 2x, we're going to go back now. We're going to go back and do this to quadratic formula. So we're going to go back here. Our A is going to be 4. Our B is 8. Our C is negative 4. So let's plug it in. So the formula says that S equals negative B plus minus square root B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. So X equals negative 8 plus minus square root negative 8 square 4 times 4 times 9. No, times negative 4. Okay, times negative 4. All over 2 times 4. Okay, we need more space. I go over here. Okay, the inside. So X equals 8 plus minus the square root. Okay, so if I do this, just trying to make sure with the calculator here. So if I do 8 squared is 64. 4 times 4 is 16. So we're going to have 64 plus 16 times 4. 16 times 4 is going to be 64 also. 16 times 4 is 64. So 64 plus 64 is 128. So 128. So 128 will be inside all over 8. Whew. Then square root of 128. We know that 64 times 2 is 128. So we're going to simplify it. So it will be square root of 64, square root of 2, 8 square root of 2. So it will be 8 plus minus 8 square root of 2 over 8. That will be 1 plus minus square root of 2. Whew. All right, so this is the answer to the problem. 1 plus minus square root of 2. That's a lot of work, but that's the answer. We cannot factor it. We have to use quadratic formula, okay? All right, let's go back to number 11 now. So for number 11, you want to test each of them for validity. Is 2 valid? Let's see. You do 2 square root of 2 times 2 plus 3 plus square root of 3 times 2 minus 2 rather equals 3. Let's see. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 4 plus 3 is 7. So square root of 7 plus square root of 1 equals 3. That is not true. That's false. So this is false. Let's plug in 3. I'm going to plug in 3 now. Plug in 3 will be square root of 2 times 3 plus 3 plus 3 minus 3 equals 3. Let's see. 2 times 3 is 6. So square root of 9 plus square root of 0 is 3. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 plus 0 is 3. Yes, it's true. So the answer will be this. If I try to plug in -1, it's not going to work. So you have to try them, okay? If nothing worse that's given to you here, there is no solution, okay? Now, go to the other one, number 12. We have to plug in -8. So let's do it mentally. So 1, let's try. 1, 3 times -8 is 24. So 1 plus 24 is 25. So that will be square root of 25 minus -4. -8 will be 4. So square root of 4. Is that equal to 3? Let's see what happens. Square root of 25 is 5. 5 minus 2 equals 3. That is correct. So -8 is correct. But before we select, we have to check for -5 also. Maybe it's A or C. All right, so let's check -5. So square root of 1 minus 3 times -5. -4, -5. Is that equal to 3? I don't know. So that will be 3 times 5, 15 plus 1, square root of 16 minus 4 plus -4 plus 5 is 1, square root of 1. Is that equal to 3? 16 equals, square root of 16 is 4, 1 equals 3. Yes, it works. So both of them work. So we cannot select A, we have to select C because both of them actually do work. All right, now I am not going to help you with this. Maybe I should help with this, I'm not sure. You can stop the video if you already know what you're doing with this equation. LCD, x minus 2, x plus 2. LCD is x plus 2, x minus 2, x plus 2, x minus 2. X minus 2 is missing, times 1 is x minus 2. X plus 2 is missing at the denominator, x plus 2. And then nothing is missing here. So now we have the numerator set equal to each other. So x minus 2 plus x squared plus 2x equals 8. And then make a 0 out of that. So subtract 8, x minus 10 plus x squared plus 2x equals 0. Combine like terms. Plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. And now you can factor this. X minus 2, x plus 5 equals 0. X equals 2 or x equals -5. Let's not mix them up. So we're going to check for validity. Here, x cannot be 2. So the only answer is x equals -5. All right. Like I said, you don't need to continue with the video if you know what you're doing, okay? You just want to make sure this back is done, the ones that I skipped. The answer to this, you have to factor, for number 9, you have to factor the numerator, x minus 1, x minus 6, x plus 1, x plus 6 times x plus 6, 6 parentheses x minus 1. We can now begin to cancel out. Let's cancel out. I'm going to cancel out. X minus 1 is gone. X plus 6 is gone. And then the final answer will be x minus 6 over 6 times x plus 1. That is the answer when you multiply that. Okay, everything on this page is sort of like done. Okay, the previous page. Battery is running low. Can you help me get my battery charger from over there from the wall? And then connect it? Thank you.
Get a control?
Yeah. Is it battery charger? It's over there on the wall.
Oh, the computer charger?
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right, we've done number 1 in class. That's the answer. We've done number 2. We did number 3. Thank you. Let me plug it. Oh, I can plug it here.
Oh, I was going to plug it.
Oh, yeah, let me plug it over there. Thank you. And then I get the other end. That's what you get extra for your video. Okay, there we go. All right. All right. I'm going to work some of these for those of you who are not there. Like number 7. I have the other answers. Oh, number 6 rather. So it's going to be a parabola and a line. So we have a line. This is the equation. And a parabola. That's the equation. They said was their point of intersection. Okay. So what you will do is you're going to do x. You're going to set them equal to each other. So it will be x squared minus 7x plus 9 equals negative x plus 4. Which you can actually move all the x to one side and the numbers away, and then you're going to get equals 0, x squared minus 6x and plus 5. So you can factor this will be x minus 5, x minus 1. Minus 1 equals 0, s equals 5, or s equals 1. But you are not done. You need to plug it in to get the y coordinate. Okay, so let's plug it in. We're going to plug 5 in. So when x is 5, y equals negative 5. I'm plugging into this one I circle, okay? Negative 5 plus 4, which is negative 1. So one of the coordinates is x is 5, y is negative 1. That's one of your answer. That's a point of intersection. Then we plug in 1 again, or the other one. So plug in s equals 1. That will be y equals negative 1 plus 4. So y equals negative 1 plus 4, which is 3. So the other intersection will be 1 and 3. So you have 2 points of intersection. Okay, that's another point of intersection. So that's basically how you do it. I will tell you the answer to number 7. You do exactly the same thing. For number 7, you will get, let me see what I got. You will get, the first point will be 10, negative 22. And the second point will be negative 6, 26. Number 8. When you do number 8, you will get 2 answers. The first one will be negative 3, negative 13. And the second one will be negative 1, negative 9. I need to check those to be sure. And I think basically this is all that you need. I'm going to post a separate sheet of paper that has just these answers. That if you don't like the video, it's going to have all these answers, and then you're going to have the video if you were not in class. All right. Good luck tomorrow.